Cookie is a snack which is made of water, butter, sugar, baking powder, and flour. These ingredients interact with water to varying degrees. The interaction can have an impact on both the microbiological as well as chemical stability of cookies. As cookies' quality attributes are greatly influenced by the presence of water, food scientists find it interesting to unravel the molecular behavior of water as it aids in product innovations, renovations, and storage stability. Now let's see how water interacts with various ingredients present in cookie. One of the reactions of water will be with salt. So what happens is salt is made of ions. These ions can attract water around themselves depending on their size. The result of this is there is formation of ionic bond between the two by transfer of electron to form either a complete octet or a duplet structure. One of the features of ionic bond is that a lot of a huge amount of energy needs to be supplied in order to break these bonds. Just to give you an idea, you have to supply around 40 kilojoule per mole to 600 kilojoule per mole energy in order to break these bonds. Now let's consider the common salt that we have used as ingredient in our cookie. So it is made of Na plus and Cl minus ions. Now, when we talk about Na plus ions, they have capacity to draw huge volumes of water around themselves because they are small molecules. So their electric field is very high. They have a very strong electric field because of which they are able to draw huge volumes of water around themselves, causing a change in the structure of water. Now, this change in structure of water is compensated by forming certain new structures by promoting hydrophobic interactions between, let's say, proteins, any two proteins present within the cookie. A classic example here to illustrate this would be formation of cheese making use of salt as a coagulant. Consider that we are using calcium chloride to coagulate our milk. Then what happens? Calcium being a small molecule and having a strong electric field can draw multiple layers of water around itself, changing the structure of water. In order to compensate for this change in structure of water, a new structure is created, which is the gel matrix or of our cheese. From this, you can see that small molecules like Na plus, Ca2 plus, they are called as structure makers or cosmotropes. In our salt, we have another ingredient which is your chloride ions. Okay, these are large molecules which have a very weak electric field. So they do not like to interact with water, or their interaction with water is very weak. What they prefer to do is that they like to promote interaction of water with, for instance, let's say, proteins from the flour. So they like to promote water protein interaction. Okay, and then they are called as structure breakers because they do not promote protein protein interaction but rather promote protein water interactions. The second type of interaction that we can come across in our cookie system is water's interaction with the sugar present in cookie or protein present in flour. Certain sugars and proteins, they have the ability to enhance the hydrogen bond or they can also weaken the hydrogen bond. Now, as far as enhancing the hydrogen bond is concerned, why does it occur? Because these proteins or sugars, they have hydrogen bond forming groups in a location that facilitates ready formation of hydrogen bond with water. Okay, example I can give here is if you have glucose, fructose, or any other simple sugar molecule, they have a tendency to enhance the structure of water by forming hydrogen bond. The last type of interaction within cookies system is between water and fat. Cookies is rich in water as well as fat. Fat is known for its hydrophobicity, meaning it is not willing to readily interact with water in the cookie, which implies that we have to supply external energy for the reaction to occur. Of course, in cookie system, it is made stable with the help of an emulsifier which can interact readily with water as well as fat. But for this explanation, let's consider that there is no emulsifier present in our cookie. Then what happens to our system? There's an increase in delta G value, which is nothing but Gibbs free energy of the system. This implies our system is not thermodynamically stable. Now, delta G value can be greater than 0. And if delta G value is greater than 0, it means that products will yield reactants. So, the reaction will occur in opposite direction. Delta G value is dependent on enthalpy as well as entropy of the system. Now, an increase in delta G value can be result of either enthalpy having a positive value or entropy having a negative value. In our cookies example, increase in delta G is because of decrease in the entropy of the system, meaning our system has attained more order. Now, how is it that our system has attained more order? Let's see. When water interacts with an apolar molecule, it promotes hydrophobic interactions between these apolar molecules, which is then enveloped by water molecules as is shown here in a cage-like structure called calcrete hydrates. Now, this calcrete hydrates contribute to increase orderness within a system, resulting in an increased delta G. When we talk about cookies, we reduce delta G by making use of emulsifiers. To conclude, we can say that in general, covalent bond is the strongest with a bond energy of around 120 kilojoule per mole, followed by ionic bond. Then you have hydrogen bond, van der Waals bond, and the least strongest of all of them is your hydrophobic bond, which is having a bond energy of around 1 kilojoule per mole. Thank you for staying with me through the video. In case you have any queries, please feel free to put them in the comment section and I'll get back at the earliest.